Welcome to another episode of Healthy Living Resources. Today we have a unique program talking about laughter and therapy. So stay tuned. Welcome back to another episode of Healthy Living Resources. Today we have a unique program in which we have two guests who are going to be talking about laughter and the benefits. But first, let's introduce our speakers. I'd like to present Roseanne Scammahorn, who's going to be talking a little bit about what she does.
Hi, I'm Roseanne Scammahorn. I'm the Family and Consumer Science Educator for Darke County. My areas of specialty are clinical mental health and healthy finances.
And Lorrissa?
Hi, I'm Lorrissa Dunfee. I'm the Family and Consumer Science Educator in Belmont County, and I specialize in mental health and as well as the aging population.
So what is laughter therapy? Laughter therapy is a type of therapy that uses humor to help relieve pain and stress and improve a person's sense of well-being. It may be used to help people cope with serious diseases such as cancer. Laughter therapy may include laughter exercises, comedy movies, books, games, exercise, puzzles, anything that makes you feel happy. And it's a complementary type of therapy, so it usually doesn't stand alone. The term humor refers to a stimulus, which is intended to produce a humorous response, such as the physical act of laughter or the anticipation of laughter. In contrast, laughter refers to the physical reaction characterized by the sound you make, your facial expressions, and even those contractions of stomach muscles. Dr. Goodart has said that there's been a lot of studies on humor, but no agreement on what is technically funny. You think certain things are funny, and I think other things are funny because we have different senses of humor. We may cross over in certain areas, but there will still be a basic individual differences between us. But laughter is universal. It's a profound process that involves every major system in your body. It's spiritual, psychological, and emotional. Think of the kind of laughters babies do. When we see a baby laughing, nobody says, "Doesn't that baby have a wonderful sense of humor?" Laughter doesn't need a reason to be. In fact, laughter is unreasonable, sometimes illogical, and even irrational. Laughter exists for its own sake. Infants provide a good example of this because they first learn to laugh and then later on develop their sense of humor. Again, laughter is a universal language. It is the physical reaction of laughter that we'll dig a little bit deeper into today.
Lorrissa, share why laughter is important.
Well, Patrick, after the year we've had in 2020, combined with the normal funk sometimes we experience during the winter months, I think it's more important than ever to laugh and focus on things that bring us joy. Not just a ha-ha, but the deep belly laugh that brings tears to your eyes. You can find laughter in the most mundane things. My daughter always keeps me laughing, and several years ago when she was younger, she picked up something off of the ground and started to play with it and put it in her mouth. I took it away from her and asked her not to do that, of course. She asked repeatedly why. So I responded, because it's been on the ground, you don't know where it's been, it's dirty, it probably has germs all over it. And my daughter looked at me with such admiration and said, "Mama, how do you know all this stuff? You are so smart." I was thinking quickly and replied, "All mamas must know this stuff. It's on the mama test. You have to know it or they don't let you be a mama." And she continued walking with me in silence for a couple of minutes, and I could tell she was really pondering something. And then she beamed with excitement and jumped up and down and shouted, "Oh, I get it. So if you don't pass the test, you have to be a dad?" And I said, "Exactly," as I replied and laughed.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, she's always making me laugh.
We can find laughter in a variety of different ways, just as you were saying. And it's the simplest kinds of things that we sort of ignore.
Right, it is. Yeah, it's about paying attention to those things around us in the world.
So Lorrissa, is laughter therapy something relatively new?
Laughter therapy is something newer, but its roots date back all the way to the 14th century with Henry de Mondeville. He felt there were benefits of relatives and friends to tell jokes to the patients that they were with. So you can see that the use of laughter as a part of a holistic wellness plan has been in place for centuries. In the 16th century, Robert Burton and Martin Luther used humor in working with depressed people. And then in the 17th century, Herbert Spencer used humor as a relaxation technique. The 18th century, Immanuel Kant and William Batty used humor to treat illness. And then in the 1930s, they used humor to help with pain relief for polio patients. So you can see the progression as we move through history.
Lorrissa, who are the key people who have influenced laughter therapy?
Well, laughter therapy wasn't considered a medical benefit until the 1960s, and it was Dr. William Fry, a professor of Stanford University in California, who kind of made the mark on the map with it. And he considered laughter a serious field of study. Dr. Fry continued his studies with a lack of funding and published several landmark studies on the physiological processes that occurred during laughter. He became the first self-proclaimed gelotologist, which is an expert in the science of laughter, from the Greek root gelos, to laugh. Through his research, he discovered laughter provides good physical exercise and decreases the chances of respiratory infections. Norman Cousins raised public awareness about the healing power of laughter and positive emotions following a fatal illness. He claimed that rippling laughter would give him several hours of pain relief. So he inspired several research projects in the 70s and the 80s.
Lorrissa, that Robin Williams, one of his noted films, talked about Dr. Patch Adams, who incorporated in his medical treatment laughter.
That's right. Yep. And most people are familiar with that movie and the healing powers that it portrayed in that movie. Yeah. So a lot of the research suggests that the same thing is true, that does bring healing. Many researchers and innovators have led the way in simulated or conscious laughter in the last 50 plus years. Dr. Annette Goodhart was an innovator starting in the 1960s and built the framework for simulated laughter. And then this led the way for Mary Cruz Garcia in the 80s for conscious laughter. And then in the 90s, Dr. Madden Katera created laughter yoga, which we'll be participating in a little bit. And then in 2008, Mary Payne Bennett, the director of Western Kentucky University School of Nursing, conducted studies on how laughter can affect natural killing cells and how laughter boosts immunity. And then Dr. Martin Seligman is the director of the Penn Positive Psychology Center and Zelbach Family Professor of Psychology in the Penn Department of Psychology. And he's a leading authority in the fields of positive psychology, which looks at resilience, learned helplessness, depression, optimism, and pessimism. So lots of research to support the benefits of laughter therapy.
Well, I truly believe that laughter has such a psychological benefit. But Roseanne, what are some of the biological reactions of laughter?
So the act of laughing stimulates hormones called catecholamines, which in turn release what I call happy juice, your endorphins. The endorphins, they surge throughout your bloodstream. And when that happens, you're more apt to feel happy and relaxed. So with each laugh, therefore, we're relieving stress, we're reducing anxiety, and we're increasing our stores of personal energy. Research has also found that the anticipation of mirthful laughter, which is that laughter that's joyous and cheerful and merry, has surprising and significant effects. The research shows that the two hormones, beta endorphins, which is the family of chemicals that alleviates depressions, and the growth hormone, HGH, which helps with our immunity, increased significantly when people just anticipated watching a funny video. Additionally, research found that the same anticipation of laughter also reduced the levels of three stress hormones: cortisol, which is our stress hormone, epinephrine, which is also known as adrenaline, and dopac, which is a dopamine catabolite. It's a brain chemical which produces our epinephrine. And these were reduced significantly as compared to the control group.
Because of these biological reactions, what is some of the health benefits to laughter?
The term psychoneuroimmunology was coined by Ader and Cohen to describe the basic phenomena of laughter therapy theory, which is interactions between the nervous system and the immune system. And the subsequent effects of these interactions can create a positive impact upon disease development and progression. There are numerous physical benefits as a result of the biological impact that laughter has on our body. So the first one is that it boosts our immune system. Negative thoughts manifest into chemical reactions that affect our body by bringing on more stress into our system and decreasing our immunity. By contrast, positive thoughts can actually release neuropeptides that fight our stress and potentially more serious illnesses. Another one is that it stimulates our organs. When you laugh, you take in more oxygen-rich air. And the University of Maryland researchers found that a group that watched humorous videos experienced an increase in blood flow compared to those who watched kind of depressing videos. The increased blood flow stimulated their lungs, their heart, and muscles, and increased the endorphins that are released by your brain. The next one is that it relaxes your muscles. When you get stressed, your body tenses up. Your muscles are taut and tense for a really long period of time. This can trigger other reactions of your body and promote stress-related disorders such as, like tension-type headaches, migraines, muscle aches in the shoulders, your neck, your head, and even your lower back. So a good laugh can relieve physical tension in the body and relax your muscles for up to 45 minutes. It also improves our cardiac health. Your arteries also respond in ways that can improve the blood flow and long-term heart health. So laughing increases your heart rate and the amount of oxygen in your blood. This can improve vascular function and decrease the risk of heart attacks. And then laughter can also help lower your blood pressure. And then finally, it has an impact on our perception of pain. So laughter has been shown to help moderate a patient's response to pain. Research published in the Southern Medical Journal found a 61% decrease in requests for minor analgesics such as aspirin on the second day after surgery. So these are all wonderful health benefits.
It sounds like it, the biological and health benefits of laughter. Lorrissa, are there any mental health benefits? I believe they are, but can you be specific?
Yeah, there's definitely mental health benefits. Just being more mindful. When you laugh, you're not thinking about your stress and maybe the overdue bills that you have or everything that you need to accomplish in the day. So it's real important that we take that time to laugh and make a conscious effort to do so. And then it also helps just to improve our mood. Research at Texas A&M University indicated that humor may significantly increase a person's level of hope. So figuring out what makes you feel happy, as well as cultivating the ability to find humor and laughter in everyday situations, can relieve that stress and tension that comes with so many of life's challenges. And it reduces stress hormones. We talked about the physical benefits. Roseanne mentioned that cortisol is our primary stress hormone that circulates throughout the body when we're feeling stressed. So when we laugh, we can decrease that stress hormone. And then, of course, it increases the endorphins. Those are those feel-good chemicals in our brain that when they're released, the more that are released, the better we feel. So that's always a good thing. And then it can strengthen relationships. Laughter is a universal language. It's a common denominator between people. It draws people together. And you can form a bond through that connection that laughter brings.
I'm very much of a true believer in laughter. What are some ways that we can add more in our daily activity?
Well, the research at the University of St. Augustine gives us 10 ways to add more laughter into our lives. Laughing at ourselves is one of the best things we can do. And I actually crack myself up on a daily basis, pretty much. I find myself hysterical, some of the crazy, silly things that I do. So if we can laugh at ourselves, that can help us to have a more positive outlook, alter our environment. That can play a huge part in our mood, reshaping your work or study area to include things that make you smile, bring you joy, things that you can laugh about. And then, getting together with friends is a great thing to do, maybe host a game night and play some kind of fun, great games like charades or watch some YouTube videos. There's funny clips on YouTube and TikTok. And if you just Google funny videos, you'll come up with a plethora of them. And I like to watch the ones with babies, especially, or pets, and then that's the other suggestion, spend time with playful people. If you have that funny friend or family member, make sure that you reach out to them and you take time to spend with them, maybe grab coffee or get lunch or something. Memes are really popular today in today's world. So there's lots of funny ones that end up going viral, that make us laugh. So following some different ones on social media, create a Pinterest board with different suggestions for laughter or things that make you smile or laugh. And then I mentioned this a little bit earlier, the spend time with your pets. We have a cat and she just brings a lot of funniness and joy to our household, some of the things that she does. And I have to tell you a short story here. Last night, a bird got in my house. And cats are supposed to chase these things, right? My cat was pretty uninterested in that. So when it was all said and done, I had to laugh because she was just not even bothered by the bird in the house. I was running around with a broom chasing it. She was unaffected. And then the last suggestion is try laughter yoga. And there's lots of videos that you can do online, or you can take a class. And we're actually going to practice that here in a little bit. Roseanne's going to lead us through one of those laughter yoga sessions.
That is all well and good. We see every person in the world is sort of unique, and they have their own flow, if you want to call it that, of emotional, physical well-being kinds of things. And suppose an individual recognizes that they need to bring in more laughter into their life, but they've never really had the opportunity to understand how to change what they have and how they're able to develop a better schedule, if I can call it that. So what are some methods?
If someone wanted to add laughter therapy to their holistic wellness plan, there's a lot of literature on laughter that can, and we separate it into two basic types of literature that's been studied and published for us. One is spontaneous and one is self-induced. So spontaneous laughter is also your genuine laughter. It has been far more widely studied than self-induced laughter, such as laughter yoga exercises. However, according to the research published in the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicaid, it indicates that the body doesn't actually know the difference between intentional laughing and laughing instinctively. So therefore, if one induces oneself to laugh by either simulating the laughing response, going ha ha ha, or inducing laughter by watching something that they find humorous, the body can be coaxed into an identical psychologic and physical response. Therefore, efficacious laughter prescriptions could be added to your holistic well plan using the FIT method. So the FIT method is frequency, intensity, time, and type. So much like a pharmacological or exercise prescription, the FIT prescription contains a detailed information as to, again, frequency, intensity, time, and type. So research indicates that laughing treatments typically occur once a week or less, and you can prescribe yourself the intensity of a full belly laugh for 30 to 60 minutes over the week. And then the type of humor is discretionary. Whatever you think tickles your funny bone, that's what you're going to prescribe yourself. And really, the ultimate goal of laughter therapy is to increase your awareness about attitudes and feelings, to provide you with the opportunity to laugh even when you don't really feel up to it, to help you promote laughter in your everyday life, and then provide you with respite from your daily stress and worries. And then also encourage a healthy choice, as laughter, humor, and mirth, those are wonderful self-care strategies to incorporate into your daily life. And the FIT prescription is the way to get that done. While the therapeutic benefits are many, the best thing about laughter, again, is that it's a universal spirit of joy. So let's follow along with Ohio State alum and certified laughter yoga instructor, Ida Abdulkini, as she demonstrates laughter yoga for us.
Now we're warmed up. For our first laughter yoga exercise, we're going to do something called cell phone laughter. Speaking on our cell phones is something we do every day, but today we're going to make it more fun. I want you to pretend that you just heard the funniest story in the world, okay? Get out your fake cell phones. There is no right or wrong way to do this. Just have fun with it. Take a deep breath in and laugh. Some really funny stories up here up front. It's good stuff. All right. For our second laughter yoga exercise, we're going to do one of my favorites, shaking hands laughter. Shaking hands is something that we do every day, and it helps us connect with others. But today we're going to amplify it and connect with laughter as well. So I want you to shake hands with those around you, but you're going to look them in the face and you're going to laugh. Ready? Deep breath in. And laugh. High five. Thank you. All right, I can tell you guys are getting the hang of it. This is great. Okay, for our last exercise, I'm actually going to have you guys decide what we laugh about. I want you to take a moment and reflect about something that's been stressing you out the past few days. And we're going to take that and we're going to use it as a way to remind ourselves that we can't always change the outcomes in life, but we can change how we react to them. Okay, so what's something that's been stressing you guys out lately? Go ahead and yell it out. All right. Y'all are stressed about a lot of stuff. Okay, but I heard cell phone bill a few times, so let's use that. Okay. I want you to pull out your outrageous cell phone bill with all its crazy roaming charges and overages, okay? And we're gonna take a minute to remind ourselves that while we can't change the outcome of that crazy cell phone bill, we can forgive ourselves, we can laugh for a moment, and we can have fun with it, okay? So deep breath in, and laugh at your cell phone bill. Thank you.
You know, that was a very powerful video. One of the things I would like to stress before we look at the resources is there's a difference between laughing at yourself and laughing at another person in a crowd.
Yes, definitely. We want to make sure that when we're laughing, we're having a good time and that we're not laughing at the expense of another person. So even if we find a situation humorous, if it's distasteful, we want to shy away from using that as our form of laughter therapy.
Lorrissa, please share with us some resources to continue adding laughter to our day.
Sure. Here are some of the apps that we recommend, websites, and then finally the books. So this provides an opportunity for laughter. We have the Science of Wellbeing class at Yale, is the most popular course in more than 3 centuries, and oftentimes you can take it for free. So you just Google the Science of Wellbeing, and the different opportunities will come back. Over 1 million people have taken that class since the first time it was offered in spring of 2018. Lori Santos has her own podcast called The Happiness Lab, and I actually got to see her during a national conference, and she shared some of those different things that she offers in her class. So it's a really great resource. And then, of course, the Live Healthy, Live Well blog and the Live Smart Ohio blogs that Ohio State FCS Extension educators offer. And we have several on humor and laughter. And then you can see the book list there. James Thurber, we're going to give a shout out to him. He's a humorist, cartoonist, author, playwright, and journalist. And he attended the Ohio State University. And so we wanted to share some of his offerings as well.
We have just a short period of time. Roseanne, will you highlight 2 previous presentations?
Yes. So this presentation is a collaborative effort. It takes a whole team to find all of this data and put it together for these presentations. And for this one specifically, we collaborated the research from the presentation called Health Benefits of Laughter that I wrote along with Kelly Limley, a fellow FCS educator here at the state of Ohio. And then with Lorrissa, she had a presentation called Beating the Blues with Humor, and we used data from her research as well.
Well, I want to thank both of you. I'm Patrick Dangle. Today we're talking with Dr. Roseanne Scammahorn and Lorrissa Dunfee, talking about the benefits of laughter. If you want more information, you can contact them directly, either through email or phone. Thank you, and look forward to the next episode of Healthy Living Resources.